1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi guys, today I'm sharing with you just a little mini vlog about me returning to church for the first time since I moved to Korea. There's really not much to share, but I'll just tell you a little bit about the day.
Long to do this, but I'll just fall for your influence. 'Cause girl, you make my shooting stars.
I was really early because I left super early, so I decided to have some journaling time and a latte in this really nice coffee shop.
And now I've never seen a better sign.
The church is called Sarang Church, which means love, so that was really nice. And it was just really like homely and comfy and cozy inside. You got given all this information, which was really cool.
Tough year. In our lives, we had a tough year. I'm not sure about you guys, but it felt like we were coming out of a dry place. And so the team got together, decided we're going to start our own organization. So they started Women's Hope Center almost 10 years ago today was our first meeting.
Prayer meeting. Again, we have prayer meetings every Friday. Last Friday was canceled, but it's going to be starting up again this Friday. And then again, every Sunday.
After the service, I got invited to a newcomers lunch where the church kind of just introduced all the new people and brought us coffee, and then afterwards we ended up having a late lunch together, which was lovely. So yeah, and then I guess after that it was just time for me to head home, so that's what I did. And I just wanted to share some thoughts with you, so stay tuned. Hiya, just a quick note from me, I guess. So last week I made a video talking about my New Year's goals or my resolutions, and I talked about one of my goals being to listen to my body more, including like my mind, just listen to myself as a being more. And I did mention that one of the things I was going to be doing was trying a challenge where I do like 30 days of positive, encouraging music and influences. And I also talked a little bit about listening to myself when I need spiritual encouragement, or when I need to get back to faith, or when I need to spend time by myself. So that was one of the things that made me decide to go to church again. I was very involved in my church back home in England, but coming to Korea, obviously there's a language barrier, and you guys know prior I was living in a small town, so there weren't any English speaking churches at all. And I decided to go back to church like quite a while ago, probably like a month ago. And the first time I decided I was gonna go, I actually got dressed, and then as I was about to leave, I felt this wave of anxiety over me, and I ended up not going. I ended up kind of just getting undressed and getting back into bed. The second time, I actually did leave the house, and I got all the way to the train station, and I found the church building, so I travelled, and then I again was filled with this sense of like anxiety. What if I don't know what to do? I haven't been to church in so long. Every church has a different like culture. Or, you know, what if I stick out? I was so nervous, and then I also decided not to enter. And this time I just felt, you know, that I had to push through that feeling and go inside. I still felt that anxiety, but I decided that I had to push through that, because I know like what's on the other end for me is far, far, far more beneficial than the anxiety. And I knew that the anxiety was completely and wholly irrational as well. And I'm really glad I did, because for me this is probably one of the best ways to start my year. And most churches have some sort of program for newcomers anyway, some sort of welcome or greeting. So it was never really something I had to worry about. Like I said before, it was really irrational. But it was really good to just be back in a place where I know that a huge part of my life, I'm going to be surrounded by people who understand that, and that I will get some encouragement, because I do so much spiritual guidance work, so much meditating and so much stillness and mindfulness, but a lot of those aren't specifically through the lens of like Christianity or the Bible. It doesn't mean that they're not useful, but you need to nourish every part of yourself, which is what I was saying about listening to myself. I knew that that part of me was going kind of like undernourished, and I knew that I had to do something. And listening to sermons and music online at home by yourself is great, but it isn't, like, for me, the most fulfilling way. So I decided to go back, and I'm really glad I did. Definitely think it's going to be something that's consistent now that I have pushed through that anxiety. So I just wanted to encourage you today that if there's something that you feel that you want to go back to, if something in your mind keeps telling you that something is missing, then just, take heed to yourself, listen to yourself, whether it be reconnecting with a family member, or going back to the gym, or reading more, or going back to school. Do what it takes to fill that need in your life, because usually the biggest barrier is ourselves. The biggest barrier is our thoughts. We can't do it, or we're concerned that it's too late, or that we're going to look silly. And once you get over that, I really truly feel that that's the hard part. So even if you're not, a Christian, and you're not like thinking about going to church, this isn't really solely about church. This is about taking a step forward in the right direction, and also just giving you guys content while I work on this amazing content that's coming. Now, I also will apologise for the quality of this video, because I'm fully using my phone. Usually I switch between DSLR and my phone. I tried to do this bit on my DSLR, but it's out of action right now because I'm using it for something else. So I'm using my phone, and so the sound may be a bit different because my phone isn't connected to the professional mic, and the lighting is also a bit different because, again, I'm not using professional lighting like I normally do. But I just wanted to share that with you for this week, and I will try to get content out next week as well. I'm working really hard on like 3 videos at once, which I normally would never do. I usually try to do 1 at a time, but yeah, I'm going to head now. I actually have to go to work, so yeah, but I wanted to encourage you this week. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope that your 2020 is starting off fabulously, and if it isn't, don't worry, because you still have the rest of the year to get it right. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Love you all. Bye.